Hey everyone, and welcome back to this channel. In today's tutorial, we will be taking a look at how to use Jira for project management. So Jira is one of the many products available for Atlassian, which allows us to have complete control of our business. And now let's just go ahead and try and create a project. As you can see here on the top left, there are some different Atlassian products available. So there is the Jira software and there's the Jira work management. So Jira software is targeted more towards on the developer side. So if you are a software developer and you have projects ongoing, you can use that to monitor and manage your projects. Or you can also use Jira work management for more on the business aspect of your company. So we'll be taking a look at Jira work management. So let's go ahead and create a project. So I'm gonna click on create project right here. Then as you can see here, there are multiple project templates that we can take a look at. So there is of course the software development template. So that's Kanban, Scrum, or bug tracking. There's service management. If you need, there is the work management as I mentioned. So that's more on completing the business project. And then we can also just create a blank itself. So there are many different templates that are available. So just go on ahead and explore this. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be creating a project management template. So let's go ahead and click on this. Now we're going to create the project name. Let's call it Flora and Fauna. So in our business, we are a company that takes a look at outsourcing different flowers. So I mean, let's go ahead and try that. And so we can create the project now once that we have added the name, and then Jira will then do the rest for you. And as you can see here, this will be the dashboard of our project. So we have the summary right here. We have the board, we have the list, calendar, the timeline, any forms, pages, issues, reports, shortcuts as well if there are any project settings. So of course, at the very beginning of every single project, there are some tasks that we need to do. Let's go ahead and create our first item right here. So what needs to be done? Well, let's say, for example, at the very start, we need to do some client consultation and planning. So I'm just gonna create that client consultation and planning. So that's what needs to be done. Let's hit enter, and then what we can do then is if we click on it, we can get more information on the task itself. So we can attach images or anything quite relevant to it if you wanted. We can link a different issue. So this is like a subclass that we wanted. Who is it assigned to? We can assign it to yourself right here. Who did the report? Of course, whoever generated this. What are the priorities? So again, this can be the highest, lowest, or medium. Are there any labels? When is it due by? So let's say in a week's time. Do we have some logging as well? So this is usually done once that the project is finished. And then when are we going to start it? Let's say we'll start tomorrow. So this is what this looks like. Now, again, this is a little bit unclear in terms of, well, what exactly are the tasks then? Well, let's just create a child issue. So what needs to be done? We can just, say for example, we need to meet with the clients and understand their floral needs and preferences. So let's create that. What else can be done? Gather information about the event, such as themes and colors and budget. What else as well? Create a detailed proposal and present the proposal to the client itself. Here we are. So here are all the to-dos in here. So you can just actually these are just information that these are just tags that is relative. So these are just automatic. So there's no need to worry about what these are for. However, as you can see, this is the first phase that needs to be completed, and we can see it all right here. Now we can see this in different versions as well. So we can see it as a list right here. So if we expand this, you can see this as the types themselves. So we have the task right here. And then on this side are subtasks that needs to be completed. And then if we take a look at the calendar, we can see the extent of when this project needs to be done, or this particular part needs to be completed. We can see this as well in the timeline itself right here. So if we need to adjust, how long it will take, then we can easily do that right there. And one of the things which is actually quite nice as well is that we can add pages in here. So this is a smaller version of the complements, but this allows us to add information about it. So when we are managing the entire project, it is all in here in Jira, and it's all connected together, so you can easily find information about your project. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a bit more on the to-dos, just so that we can really see how all of this are timed in together. Okay, so now that you've set up everything, this is what it could look like as a project. So imagine we have an event coming up, and we have spoken to the client itself. The kind of things that we would need to take a look at is something like, flower sourcing and ordering, the design and arrangement, the event setup and installation, maintenance and care, and administrative tasks. So some of these tasks will need to be ongoing. So it's, you're continuously going through the event themselves, or the project themselves. So say for example, let's go to administrative task, and then here are some of the sample child to-dos that we need to do. So we want to manage client inquiries, appointments, and contracts. So imagine that would be throughout the entire thing, throughout the entire event. So the due date would be on the event itself. So let's say the event is on the 2nd of July, and then the start date would be now. Here you are. And then what kind of priority? Let's just say it's a high priority. So if we go ahead and go back, and we have set everything up, we can see it as a board. We can see it as a list as well. So opening all of these up, we have some deadlines on some of them, and then some are ongoing. And then we can also see the tasks that we need to do of the project themselves. So say for example, let's take a look at the timeline. We can then start to see the entire project itself, of what needs to be done, what are the tasks that needs to be done, how long it has to be, when does it need to be finished, and all of that. Again, we can also adjust these if need be, very, very simply. We can also again quickly assign those to whoever. So it's all very connected with one another. And again, you can change this into different views if you want, weeks, months, quarters as well. And once that you start doing something, so say for example the client consultation and planning has started already, we can go ahead and drag that card over into here. Now let's say we have completed this, so we can either just drag this into here, or we can open it up and then change this into done. And then if you take a look, it would have moved it into here. But as you can see, all of the child issues are still not complete. So you would need to either go into them and then do it one by one, or we can actually automate this by going into here and then creating an automation. I will not be going through that in this tutorial, but if you are interested, do leave a comment and we will be creating a how to use or how to automate our done tasks for the child issues in Jira. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's just say that we've completed all of this task, and then we're working on this and this as well. Okay, so everything is moving forward. We can then take a look at the summary and give us an overview of what is happening right now. So this gives us an overview of the entire project, which gives us more insight in terms of how effective are our plans. How are we, dealing with all of that? This gives us an overview details of what has been done in the past 7 days. The status overview gives us information on, what needs to be done, what is currently in progress, and what has been completed already. So there are 30 tasks that needs to be completed, and we've completed 5 of those. We have 2 in progress as well. So these are the task itself. So there's 2, and these are the task and the subtasks themselves. We can also take a look at what's happening across the project. So if there are multiple collaborators, you can see what are the current updates. We also have information on the priority breakdown, the types of work as well, the team workload, and of course if there are any more projects that we have available. So imagine this project is for an event. So say for example, this event, this is for one particular event, then we can go ahead and do that. And say that we need to create another event, then we can just create a project like it. And again, this Jira environment is not just for business, but this can also work for a software developer project itself. So we're just gonna quickly take a look at what you can do with Jira as a software developer business. I'm gonna go ahead and just create a project. So we'll add more templates, and let's add a Kanban Jira software. So we'll just use this template right here. What kind of project is it? So is it team managed or is it company managed? So again, company managed gives an even more overview of everything. So every single teams that are working together, you can see it as one whole system, or we can create a team managed one. So we're not gonna go overboard and go for a company managed, but let's just go for a team managed project. For this one, let's say web development, and we automatically get a key itself. We can add repositories, documents, and more if we wanted to. So that's, we can use Atlassian's products if we want to, or we can use our own. Let's go ahead and click next. And then it says here, to sync work with this project, you'll need to connect tools to your Jira site. So let's go ahead and do that later. And now, as you can see, for a software developer project style, this uses Jira software instead of Jira work management, but the idea is quite similar to all of them. So imagine if we need to create an issue, like add existing code right here, we can go ahead and add that. It has the same structure as before. We can add a child issue, let's say load from repository, and create that right there. It becomes a to-do as well, as mentioned. Now we have some more unlockable things that we can do. We can actually add that particular task to an epic. So let's go ahead and create an epic itself. So an epic is essentially just another category that we can use. So you can think of it as a collection of related bugs, stories, tasks, etc., etc. So we'll create our first epic. What is the summary here? We need to update the existing code with latest updated system. Right there. Again, you can just assign it to me, and then we'll click create. And here we are. So as you can see here, we've added this epic into this task right here. And again, the structure of an agile environment for Jira might be a bit more complicated to explain here, but if you want me to go in more detail on them, again, comment down below and we will create a tutorial for that. But as you can see here, for the software development Jira software, it's quite similar to the project management for business. There is this section for code, so we would need to add a Bitbucket or a GitHub or GitLabs or whatever kind of repositories you have. And then here are the project pages, again quite similar to the project pages that we have for business. So this is to allow us to update the current system, so whoever needs to pick it up, they can pick it up really quickly. And of course we have the roadmap. So the roadmap will allow us to view the entire system, the entire software development cycle, and if there are things that we need to complete, we can see everything very well. So here is what it looks like. We can again really quickly cycle through all of our projects if need be. Say if you want to go back to the flora and fauna project, we can go ahead and open up projects and then go into flora and fauna, which is our business project right here. And again, everything is all integrated, so we can manage not just one project but multiple projects as well. Well, there you go. I hope that you have found this tutorial useful. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.